products also and European products. I go.
Mhm.
I think I go often to get food that I don't find somewhere else.
Mhm.
And my special bakery store,
Well,
it's
you're the one that cooks all that really good bread. That's
no,
making all of us
it's
really,
about
really
the
fat.
it's about the sweets. It's a bakery
Oh.
with cakes and everything.
Isn't Romania though known for their sweets? Like their bakery dishes, their bakery goods.
Yeah, it's not Romania,
It's
but European.
just
Yeah.
European in general?
Yeah,
Okay.
European in general.
Okay.
So on Valentine's Day, I went to Perimeter Mall. There it's a Alon's Bakery. Alon's, it's the name. It's European bakery.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Miss their sweets, their cakes, whatever they have is not that sweet like in the American dessert. European dessert. Did you hear about Mozart?
I love Mozart.
See, it's not that sweet.
Mm-hmm.
It's not. It's a bakery store also.
Mm-hmm. What do you miss most about your country?
Just family. I don't miss anything. When I go, I'm really sorry I have to say this, but when I go in Romania and I have to get a connection on the other airport for Romania, because I go Atlanta, let's say Amsterdam. So from Amsterdam, I take a smaller airplane for Romania.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, there are a lot of Romanian people. I don't like their language. I don't like the. Oh, I don't like it.
Mm-hmm.
I said, my sister, sorry, it's my country. I grew up in here, but my ears cannot suffer anymore. All these kind of things. Like, I don't miss anything. Believe me, I miss my sister. My parents, they passed away, both of them.
Mm-hmm.
I miss my family. That's all. And I miss my grand.
So, what aspects of your life are most different here? So, what things are different in your life now versus if you had stayed in Romania? What would be different?
I think the stress. I don't have any stress. I knew that in Romania we have to live with a lot of stress about everything.
About communism.
Yes, about everything. No, here I don't have any. If I wanted to go this weekend somewhere to relax, to feel good, I'm able to go. I don't think in Romania I could afford this, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So, so many people at my age, they, after they retire, they go back to live in Romania. And they say, are you gonna go? No. Just my dead body. If they wanted to take my dead body to move it back in Romania, yes. I love to go in the summertime to spend more with my family, but to come back to my house.
Well, then you keep in contact with your family.
Oh, we Skype every other day.
Wow. Okay. Who is every other day? Who is in Romania? What family do you have in Romania?
I have my sister that she has a son. And we grew up together until I left Romania. And this my nephew Alin, we can say Alin. He grew up with me, and I was like second mother for him. When I left, my sister, she has a very hard time with him. She needs to go to the doctor. And the doctor said, what happened to him? If something happened, just let me know.
Trauma.
Trauma, yes. It was about trauma. locked himself in the bedroom, and he said, "No, I want." Everybody calls me Coco because of him. He couldn't say Cornelia on
So Coco.
and he calls me Coco. And everybody, my family, my church, they call me Coco. And he said, "I don't need anything. I need Coco." Now he's married. He is 42. He has 2 little kids.
Is he still there in Romania?
He is still in Romania. He was here visiting us a couple of times. But I love him like my son. Like my own son.
All right, what's the best part of being here?
This is my sweet family. This is my nephew.
Okay.
This is Adeline. He was born without a colon. He was here in Kentucky hospital for intervention.
Wow. Okay.
$60,000.
Wow.
They are very smart.
That's so
She's playing piano,
Oh, okay.
taking lesson, but
Bring
she's
her.
good.
Bring her to me.
She started to take violin lesson. She drew black and white, so nice. You can't believe it. If you say something until I find some drawing from Emma,
So she's an artiste.
she is, I can't believe it. Okay, let me see. Let's talk until then. If you wanted to ask me something, maybe have
Okay. What's the best part of being here in the United States?
the best. I have so many things, so many things that I cannot choose that one.
I already know number one. Your freedom.
I think freedom is
Because
the
only because of growing under a communist regime.
exactly.
And just like a minute ago you said, I can over the weekend I can go away over the weekend if I want. I'm thinking that means that you couldn't do this when you were in Romania.
Exactly, yeah.
I've never.
The freedom. Everybody is looking for freedom.
What's the next best thing?
The next one. I think it's the society. It's easy to deal with people, to make yourself understood, or things like that,
All right, what's the most challenging? She did that.
She doesn't copy anything. It's in her mind. She's 12 years old. Can you believe it?
Oh my.
No, I can believe it. She is very talented. Look. She's very talented for 12 years old. Piano, violin, and ballet, swimming. She's going everywhere. I can't believe it. I talk with her.
And where does she live?
In Romania. And I said, Emma, do you come in America to get the high school here because it's gonna help you a lot? And she said no, because she's too little. She cannot be away from her parents and brothers.
Well, that's because your society is really different than our society, and your culture is different. Your culture is what we would call a collectivist culture.
Yes.
And it's the relationships are very, 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 very important, and the relationship also between the parents and the children. It's a bond that we don't understand here in the United States.
Oh, okay, I got it. Yeah, you're right.
They're so dependent upon their parents.
Yes.
And here our kids are, latchkey kids. At 13 years, they go home to an empty house because mom and dad have to work to provide them with the things that they need and make sure that they have, what they need. And the European country is different in that they're more and more family oriented than really what we are.
Yeah, when I heard that years ago, oh, he's 18 years now. He's going to live on his own in an apartment. Excuse me, why? Why, mom? She has 4 bedrooms and he needs to pay rent.
Hmm.
Yeah, so in Romania,
And
you
I really did not move out of my mother's house until I was like 25 years old.
see, yeah. Mm.
Maybe
Some-
24 or so, and that was after I got my degree and after I had worked for a couple of years and I helped out my mom, and it's just like, I wasn't ready.
Yeah, okay.
All right, so what is the most challenging or difficult thing about you being here? Do you have any challenges or difficulties?
English. I need to, yeah, that was the biggest challenge for
Mhm.
me. The biggest challenge. Working, dealing with everything else, it was so simple.
No problem, but it's English, and trust me, I would have just as much trouble with your language, Romanian, than you have with English. I would. All right, what's the biggest differences between our two cultures that you see? Our cultures, when you
Oh.
see, yeah.
Yeah, there is a difference, yeah, between the cultures, but I try to give you an example. But um, nothing comes up. No, I don't know.
Well, I think what we just talked about a couple minutes ago, here is this young lady, she's 12 years old. Apparently she's very, very talented. She's a musician. She's an artiste.
Yes.
And it's very, those paintings are those are really sketches. It
Yes.
more like, those
Mhm.
look like they're just pencil.
Mhm.
They're beautiful. And she's still a child, very true, but I think she may decide in the future, to come here and study a little bit. I can see her studying at Juilliard School of Music.
Mhm.
I could see her studying at the, I think there is a college up in, I think it's the Manhattan School of Arts.
Oh, okay.
Really one of the prestigious colleges or institutions that would nurture her talent. The child is very, very talented. Very talented.
I think the kids back in Romania, they get too soon more mature than in here. Mature,
They mature faster.
They mature faster because of they have to deal with the poverty sometimes. If you see Miss Allen, a house that's almost to fail with 7, 8 kids, I see on the TV because I have Romanian channels.
Mm-hmm.
And they go to school on the mud,
Mm-hmm.
maybe 4 miles up and back, 4, 5 more,
Mm-hmm.
and they are straight A. And they are
Students.
straight A. Almost all situations, all the cases they see on the TV, when they go for an interview, when you see line up 7, 8, 10 kids, one bed, doing their homework one by one because it's just one room for parents, one room for them, and that house is almost to fail.
Mm-hmm.
And they are straight A. They get.
Then you look at our kids here today, and the first thing they do when they go home is want to do this. What is that? Where they want to play on the Xbox or something like that. And
Mine
Not
are
to-
not allowed. This girl, she's still not allowed to play with a cell phone or tablet.
And we have kids that have cell phones at 6 and 7 years old. So it definitely is a different way of raising our children here in the States and them raising the children there in Romania. And I agree with you. I think the kids in Romania and a lot of the poor
Yes.
European countries, they've got to deal with situations that are really meant for adulthood.
Yes, exactly.
And they've got to grow up so fast.
Yes, yes.
And, they're the ones who have to figure out where am I going to get fed.
They help parents to with the little ones. The older ones always have to help parents. They have no time for themselves because they have to help with the little ones too. That is not very often everywhere, but it's just an example that even in the families there don't have 1, 2, 3 kids. It's not that simple. It's not that simple.
Well, I admire any mother and father who have children. I never had children, and so I don't know the sacrifices for my children.
Yes.
I just was not blessed with children, and I know God had
Exactly.
other plans for me.
Exactly. God knows.
And that's
why.
okay. That's okay. I'm okay with it. And so, all right. I think that I only have one question, and I already know the answer. Are you glad that you came to live in the U.S.?
I'm very glad. Very glad,
Is there anything else you would like to tell me before we end our interview?
Yeah, as we say for the beginning, God has planned for all of us. We just have to follow the path. And I remember my father told me, I don't know why you have to leave us, because we've been so attached, girls to the father, the sister with the fathers, the boys with mom.
To your mothers, right?
Yes. But like who was the queen? Vasti? And
Queen Basti?
yes. Her uncle says, you are here for a reason. You have to help our people. And I know all this year you've been in America and you work so hard, because I work so hard, believe me. You feed us, you dress up us with everything we need. I was sending boxes and boxes and boxes and boxes. And I remember my father, I called him, and I sent all kind of food. And how do I have to prepare this? How do I have to prepare it? I was telling them, do this and this and this. And especially on the winter time, back in Romania, you don't have fresh vegetables and fruit like, I helped him with all this food from here, and they didn't miss anything. And he used to say, God, he has a plan. And this was his plan for you to stay so far from us, but also to take care of us. They got everything they even now, to the little ones, boy and girl, I got a box. Sunday I went, I got more dresses. And the little one says, hey, Coco, dresses for Emma. What about me? I say, Adeline, I already got something. He gave me, he's eight years old.
Okay.
He gave me the colors for pants, the color for t-shirts. Can you believe it? He likes to have orange pants with a green t-shirt. I have it's a big deal.
That's kind of hard to find orange pants and the green top, not so bad, but the orange pants.
I think he was 3 or 4. I got not really orange, but something close. And he loves, since then he loves that color to the pants. And I will check, I will find, for sure.
Well, thank you so much for sharing with me and your family, your life.
I'm sorry if I wasn't. If I wasn't that good.
This is great. I get to go home and I get to type all of this up now.
Wow. Okay. You have just the ideas. You can add whatever you consider,
No, you gave me a lot, and that's why I recorded this so that I would have it refreshing and I can go back through and then be able to think, oh no, wait, why did I write this note?
You're right. Yeah.
Why did I write it this way?
Very good.
All right, I am going to turn us.
I'm so glad I could help in some way.
Let's see here.